The song Islands in the Stream is frequently used throughout You're Cordially Invited, but what does it actually mean to the story? The Prime Video comedy movie stars Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon as two characters desperate to throw their loved ones the best weddings possible. Ferrell's Jim booked the same venue he and his late wife had gotten married in for his daughter Jenny, and Reese Witherspoon's Margot booked the same place for her sister Neve. Jim and Margot battle it out throughout You're Cordially Invited until they naturally fall in love. The ending of You're Cordially Invited sees Jim and Margot finally admit their feelings for one another, with an end credit scene where they sing the song Islands in the Stream together. This wasn't the first time the 1983 Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers song played in the comedy movie. It was previously performed by Jim and his daughter Jenny at the latter's rehearsal dinner, a rather uncomfortable moment for everyone, considering the sexual nature of the song. While this added to the overall comedy of You're Cordially Invited, the song served a deeper purpose. You're Cordially Invited uses Islands in the Stream as a major motif. The song is significant from beginning to end. You're Cordially Invited 23. The song Islands in the Stream is a constant backdrop throughout You're Cordially Invited. It's used to represent Jim and Jenny's relationship, though it's ultimately revealed that the song had sentimental value within Jim's marriage. Since Jenny's mother died when she was 6 years old, Jim had transferred all his love and attention to his daughter, and Islands in the Stream was the perfect way for You're Cordially Invited to demonstrate this. Of course, while the lyrics of this song are fitting when applied to a romantic partner, they are rather inappropriate between a father and daughter. You're Cordially Invited makes Islands in the Stream surprisingly sad. The song's importance to Jim is heartbreaking. Though Jim and Jenny's awkward performance of Islands in the Stream was hilarious, You're Cordially Invited took this moment and made it rather sad. Jim later admitted that singing this song with his daughter was weird, but it was important to him because he and his wife used to sing it to Jenny to put her to sleep. Near the end of You're Cordially Invited, a montage plays out of a young Jenny growing up while Ferrell's Jim softly sings the Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers song like a lullaby. What had started as a ridiculous and inappropriate moment turned into a sweet homage to the father-daughter relationship. Of course, this doesn't change the fact that Jim and Jenny's dynamic at the beginning of You're Cordially Invited was unhealthy. After Jim's wife's death, he essentially replaced this romantic connection with his father-daughter relationship. This put a lot of pressure on Jenny since her father's happiness depended on her remaining impossibly happy all the time. Lyrics like, Islands in the Stream, that is what we are. No one in between, how can we be wrong, perfectly reflect this. It was long past time that Jim and Jenny formed this type of connection in other, more appropriate relationships. Islands in the Stream playing in You're Cordially Invited's credits reflects the song's real meaning in the movie. The song was a better fit for Jim and Margot. You're Cordially Invited Jim and Margot. Through the chaotic weddings in You're Cordially Invited, Jim came to realize the sort of impossible pressure he was putting on his daughter. The movie's ending saw him finally loosen the apron strings, admitting that he had depended entirely on Jenny for his happiness. Of course, this wasn't done out of selfishness. Jim had once been forced to break his daughter's heart by telling her that her mother had passed away, and from then on, he was determined never to have to do such a thing again. Unfortunately, this led to complete chaos in Jenny's adult life. After Jim freed Jenny from their unhealthy relationship, he became free himself to admit his feelings for Witherspoon's Margot. The pair predictably ended up together at the end of You're Cordially Invited, and the credit scene saw them singing Islands in the Stream together, much like Jim and Jenny did at the movie's start. This time around, however, the song was a far better fit. It's much healthier for Jim and Margot to rely on each other in the way the song describes. Overall, it was the perfect, though somewhat strange, conclusion to a surprisingly touching story.